and look at this Path of the Goblin King palaver. Alright, welcome everyone to the next episode. We're 2 weeks down the track and 3 realms have been explored with Wild Beyond the Witchlight. You can see on screen, I'll go into a bit of a background of last session shortly. So I'll just make sure you can see on screen the tree realm, castle, mansion, whatever, of Scabatha the hag. Is that all looking okay for you? If you can see where we are in Roll20. And I guess first off, or before I even go into that, I want to welcome a new player for today, Strange One. Hello, welcome, and looking forward to having you and whoever you may become as the game rolls in shortly. We've got Celeste and Mavis not on webcam today, but otherwise everyone's in and we've got a full complement. I'm going to, I'll give a brief rundown for everyone. It wasn't everyone was here last time, I believe. So I'm saying a lot. So I'll give a bit of a background. So you finally made it to, you're making your way through the domains of the Feywild, in what used to be Prismea, domain of Zybilna, a Fey queen of some sort. And you've heard that she's been usurped and thwarted by a coven of hags, 3 sisters, and some of you have got reason to be here beyond just doing good deeds. You've got a bit of a beef with these hags in that they've stolen something from you. Admittedly, they would not say that. It's you've broken a Fey law and had something taken from you in recompense. And so you go and finding your lost things, whatever they may be. I can see, and you've encountered one hag, Bavlorna Brightstraw, and went on a mission for her to go and retrieve a painting, and had a bit of a combat encounter with her and her vicious quicklings, which didn't go too well. It made you a bit more wary of these hags in their might that they can bring to bear. And so you left her domain and went off, presumably on this mission, but found your way into the forest world of Thither. Thither, and Yon are the three domains. You've encountered Will of the Feywild and a bunch of other interesting Fey characters as you've made your way to Loomlurch, which is an enormous tree that's been felled by this hag and taken as a residence. And you initially snuck your way in. Scabatha, the hag that lives here, seems to keep children in her care and entreat them to work for her. And you've encountered a lot of kids that you've sort of freed and tried to convince to leave. They've all been sort of making their way out or milling around, one or the other, and you've got a little squad at the edge of the clearing, hiding in the boughs of a treant that is prevented from entering by some sort of ward that the hags have got there. So yourselves have made your way in. I think you've finally encountered the hags, and Bavlorna is visiting these 2 hags, one of them which you have obviously seen and met before, and a huge battle erupted. Clapperclaw came sailing in to join you, a little animated scarecrow, I guess, for want of a better term, and you rescued a dwarf who was just buried in a sort of cell under the floor. And on screen, if I just have a look here, I can see right now both hags have been are fleeing, and we left it at that point where Bavlorna has fled outside, turned into a enormous saber-toothed tiger to leap over the tree, and is just about to come onto the other side, the west side, where Mavis has also dashed through the building to come out the door to try and spy the hag and cut her off. And Ungo, I can't remember, are you on top of the tree, or you cutting your way through?
I just stepped out and shot at her, and I think I missed and went back inside and hid.
Right, so we can't sort of show whether you're on or under it, but so we know you're in that room, that circular room there.
Yeah, Mavis was on top. Mavis was on top because he dimension dodged.
Okay, all right, so you bounced over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Slapney, you're looking unhealthy. You're in the middle chamber here, this square kitchen area.
That's right.
And you've been knocked out. Had the tar knocked out of you, and you've been healed, I believe, back to 1 hit point. Is that you running around? Oh, yeah, I can see on 1. And in the scuffle, you've knocked a rug aside, and you can see there's another one of those trapdoors in the floor with a grill, so that you can look down there, and you can see another imprisoned character, a satyr, sort of looking up at you through the bars.
Hey! Let me out! Let me out!
And you can see there's entreating you to let out. And before we go into it, we'll also jump to the north room, which is where Skabatha's sort of main, looks like a library of some sorts. Celeste, where are you there? You're not too injured, not about half or so, but you had a encounter with a simulacrum of yourself, and have realised that your twin sister from your youth, who was taken from you, your lost thing, you had completely forgotten about her, and when upon seeing her, it all came back in a rush, and you managed to, and she's been raised as a seems some sort of bodyguard archer type character, and she initially was shooting arrows at you and the rest of the group, and when you managed to break through that ward and that control that Skabatha had, and do enough damage to Skabatha, you recognise one another and have come together, almost instantly formed this bond, and the hag, in horror, she's taken a little bit of damage too, has also cast a similar spell, turned into a giant scorpion, and is just now making her way, escaping up the stairs. And I think that's pretty much where we had left off. So what I'm going to do as we get into it is get everyone to put themselves into the initiative, and from this point we'll do initiative roll. I think I've cleared it out. So if you can do that, that would be good.
Okay.
Two for Slapney.
It was clear, but when I rolled, it suddenly appeared with the whole set of initiatives.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Celeste, Elkhorn, the Hunter, Clapperclaw. So does that mean we've got people in there twice now, or it's looking okay to me now too? So maybe we don't. If we're happy with that, it saves the hassle. I'll just descending. I think we've got everyone. I'll run through it. So Slapney, Mavis, Celeste, Ungo. So we still need
the fresh blood. I think.
Sorry.
I think we need the fresh blood to be added.
Yes. Oh, and also Eleanor. And this nobody I've got down here, character, the satyr in the cell. Do you know how
Does
to?
Mishka have a initiative? Does she have a turn?
Who's that? Sorry.
Mishka, the little girl. I see her token, so I just.
Oh yeah. I'm just going to move.
I'm having... I I'm not seeing where I can roll initiative.
Oh, in
For some reason, I rolled it in D&D Beyond, but
You need to click your token first on R20, and while it's selected, then you go to D&D Beyond, and then click Roll Initiative.
You didn't come
Alright,
through
I'll try
on the
it again.
chat either. Do you have the Beyond 20 plugin installed?
Beyond 20 plugin? I
Yes,
think
you
so.
need that in order to hook them together.
Install that as well.
Yeah, give it a try. And what about?
Okay.
Yeah, you'll probably need to do the same thing if you want a different PC, different Chrome installation.
Mhm.
It says she's rolling it in the D&D Beyond campaign. It's just not getting communicated to the Roll20.
Okay.
So it's
Who-
probably a plug-in issue.
Is that meant for me, in regards to me, or the other character?
Both of you probably.
The strange one.
Okay, so it's showing up in D&D Beyond.
Do I need to roll initiative because I'm not here and I don't know where my token is?
Oh yeah. Put yourself into initiative. You're on route.
I have no idea where my token is.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. What I might do is
I'm like looking through the whole map trying to find.
you're probably not even on there. Let me see. I'm just going to put you on the map for now, just so that you're on there. But that's not where your character is, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Let me, Oh, yeah, sorry, where am I? Can I, add my initiative now?
Oh, yeah, we'll just do it. I think...
There we go. Now I see nobody.
It didn't, do I need to roll it again and then add the initial roll?
Okay.
Because I didn't have my token selected, so it didn't add me to the initiative thing. But now it's not working. Okay, ignore that. And then
I can see you there now, on the 20.
Yeah, let me just make it 17.
Okay.
There you go.
And I'll bring you up into the initiative order. And what about you, Ronan? What did you roll for initiative? I'll just make it whatever it should be.
Rolled twice, let me look.
What's the first one?
I think it was 14
Okay.
or 11. I think it's one of those. Sorry. 11, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, I appreciate it, because my memory is shit.
Okay. So there's a huge initiative order. Slapney, Mavis, Celeste, Eleanor, Ungo. So 5 PCs all in a row. Clapperclaw, and then Skebetha and Bavlona, then Ronan and Alcorn. We'll leave it at that for now. And so Slapney, what do you want to do? You're in the room and you're seeing this Satyr looking up at you, looking a bit bedraggled.
Okay, Slapney's still probably a bit dazed, and he'll just shake his head and say, "They got another one down here. What are you doing down there?"
Oh, nothing much. Just watching you nearly die. Now get me out of here so I can fix it.
He'll just look around, shrug his shoulders, and just try and rip it open.
Okay. Now you can, for this round, do you want to do it yourself, or Ronan? Do you want to? I know you're right down the initiative order, but are you just watching up at this stage?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you just for the two of you doing it, or you can? I suppose 2 people can do it. That's fine. Okay, go. So let me do your.
Yes, Slapney, say, give it a push from your side.
All right. What do I roll for that?
Well, what we'll do is...
you just give me advantage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So athletics for that?
Yes,
or?
athletics.
Here we go.
Oh.
11.
An 11 and a 10, so even with that, it's pretty tight. And you've tried that. Do you want to do any movement or anything else?
He'll shout out, there's someone stuck down here. Can he see any enemies at the moment? I don't think he can he? He'll just move around to this side of the fireplace so he's got some cover.
Okay.
Maybe another try and nick round.
Mavis. Your turn.
Oh, okay. Question: when Bavlona turned into the saber-tooth tiger, did it look like a spell or some kind of innate magical ability?
Looks like she cast a spell.
A spell, okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna cast a spell of my own, which will be Mind Sliver. I'm gonna put it in the thing, which is the intelligence saving throw, and I believe she's still baned, so that should be minus D4
Yes,
on her
okay.
saving throw.
Alright. Let's have a look. This is Bavlorna we're talking about.
Hey, isn't Mavis still on the mushrooms? So wouldn't he just see them as witches? He wouldn't even see them as.
No, the mushrooms were like the other day.
Oh, I thought these were. Oh, okay. Right, I thought this was the same
Yeah.
day. Oh, that's all right.
There was a long rest. You big
Yeah.
wigged out and got a long
You got
rest.
beaten up, so we had to take a day, right?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. What's the target number?
14.
14. Okay, well she fails that.
Okay, so that's 1d6 damage. Wow, 6, and she gets another minus d4 to her next
Oof.
saving throw, which I guess she needs to make concentration check on that
Yep.
if it was a spell. So
Yes.
that's minus 2d4 to her save.
Minus 2d4. 2d4.
One from Bless, one from Mind Silver.
Yeah. Okay, she with an 18 subtract 4 mucks out of 4, so I think she's going to pass that, unfortunately.
So DC will be 10. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so but she's the saber-toothed tiger looks quite badly damaged now. Do you want to do anything else? Any movement or anything, Mavis?
Yes. Is it high? Like, I don't know how far above the ground I am, but I would like to get down and like position myself between the lily pad and her.
Yes. Okay. So the saber-toothed tiger is quite high up. You know, if it's the side of a tree, so they're almost sheer sides. Obviously, it's round, but the lily pad's probably only 5 to 10 feet away from it. But you can go and stand over next to the lily pad if you choose, something something like that. Okay. And then we move.
Sorry. I know I'm all out of bardic inspiration. Okay, done.
Okay, Celeste.
Can I still see Scabatha up
Yes.
at the top of those stairs?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I am going to going to cast a spell at her.
Okay.
Going to cast a guiding bolt.
Roll to hit. Ooh.
I come up there for you.
23. Okay, so you blast this guiding bolt, hits the giant scorpion, it twitches and spasms. Damage.
17.
Wow. Okay, so this chitinous armor, you crack through it, and the energy pours into the giant scorpion that is Scabatha, and oh crikey, here we go. Scabatha. Concentration saving throw, I think it is, isn't it? For the concentration.
It's Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Oh, 22. Okay, so that's going to pass that as well. Okay, so you do a huge amount of damage. She doesn't break concentration. Anything else you want to do, Celeste? You're still in your starry form.
No, I think I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Okay. Now, Mavis, where are you? You're outside, and Ungo, you're also got sort of line of sight through the door, and from the west, low in the sky, you remember it's twilight, everlasting twilight outside. So there's this dark grey light with the stars starting to twinkle as if it's approaching nightfall, and you see a star on the horizon, and looking at it, it catches your eye because it blinks and it looks like it's moving a little bit from side to side.
UFO.
And you think, oh, hang on a sec, this is like a falling star, but instead of going side to side, it's coming right for us. And in a few moments, this star seems to turn into this like a shooting star. It's shooting straight for you. It's trailing this sort of golden sprinkles, and that sort of drift to the ground as it flies along, and you can see that there's a character on top of it. Eleanor, I'm going to jump straight to you. I guess you've gathered where you are.
Yeah, I guess I'll. Where actually am I?
You're way out to the west of the screen, and riding in through the sky.
Well, I guess I'll just continue to travel
Okay.
for my full movement.
So with
I guess I'll also dash.
Okay, so you can dash in and place yourself wherever you want in this sort of green area. The two hags are tokens.
Green area?
Just where your token is, nestled in.
Oh, I can make it in one turn?
Yeah, so just make it with a...
If I dash?
Yeah.
Oh, the green circle area?
Anywhere on the screen, pretty much.
Yeah. I guess I'll fly in over here then.
And Mavis, to your surprise, you can see it's like the start of Bewitched. You can see Eleanor in it. Are you side saddle or are you striding it like a Harry Potter sort of style?
I'm going full Harry Potter.
Okay, all right. And she's grasping this golden broom that's trailing sort of golden stardust. And she's got this black leather hat on that you sort of remember something similar to that you sort of beat up and killed in Bavlorna's cottage. And she comes down to the ground and takes the ground on the run and dismounts from the broom. Ungo, you see this too through the doorway.
It's a broom? She was on a broom?
Yeah, she's on a broom.
Cool. Alright.
What's up, witches?
Yeah.
I need to get... Okay, so if I move there, it's like I can see... Shoot, which one is that? That's Bavlorna, the saber-toothed tiger.
Yes. It's one of the heads.
I should shoot an arrow at her.
Okay.
So I do see Celeste, or not Celeste, Eleanor when I step
Eleanor,
out,
yeah.
right?
Yep, you see Eleanor, and she's sort of holding this golden broomstick, and looking like she's been travelling quite fast.
I'll let Mavis try and explain what's going on to her, and I'll just shoot the same dude.
Okay.
Let's see. I think I was hiding inside. Do I have advantage on my shot?
Yes.
I'll use sharpshooter.
Yep.
And it's not going well. I keep missing. 10.
Oh, yeah, that misses.
I will look quite annoyed, and then go back in and hide so no one can see how annoyed I am.
Okay. Celeste, you are standing next to Selena, your sister. She picks up her bow off the ground, quickly draws an arrow, aims it at the scorpion, and we'll see what happens. She hits. Armor class 19 and does 16 damage to the scorpion.
Nice.
Yeah. The scorpion. Oh, crikey. Okay, here we go. I'm going to keep saying crikey all the time now. You're talking. The scorpion changes, twists, convulses, almost slips on the stairs, and the face of the scorpion changes into Scabatha, and then within a few moments, she looks back at you, annoyed, from the top of the stairs. You've broken her concentration. Clapperclaw, Ungo, are you happy to Clapperclaw?
I do have control of Clapperclaw still. So let me check the recharge. Nope. And then he'll head inside, I guess. So he can get to here. And then maybe he will try to help break out this satyr.
Okay. Yep, you can roll a strength check.
I'll tend to have a try. Have a try, Clapperclaw.
Maybe he will prepare an action and help Ronan try to break out.
Yeah. Okay.
How about that? And then that'll probably end his turn. So
Yep.
he'll just step in, I guess, like right there.
Okay. Scabatha hobbles up, turns around to you all, looks back at you, Eleanor, and she takes 2 steps. She bounds up the steps, and lifts up her skirt and rushes up the steps, and you hear her cackling away as she rushes up with some sort of idea in her head and a twinkle in her eye. Spring in a step. You don't know what might be going on. Can you all see okay in this room? What about you, Celeste? Have you got visibility?
I can see both of the rooms, the circle room and the rectangle room.
Great, okay.
I can only see the rectangle room. The rest is kind of in shadow everywhere else.
Yeah,
Okay.
same. And
Yeah.
the outside bit where I'm stood.
Okay, yep, so I've got you should only see the area that your character can see, so you wouldn't see into the tree if you're outside and vice versa.
I can see inside the tree. I think I also have Clapperclaw's vision.
Ah, right, yeah, I've probably got everybody for him. I think some people are probably seeing a little bit more, but that's okay. Okay, so was Scabatha. She's off like a shot. And Bavlorna leaps onto her lily pad as a tiger, and then transforms. Whoops, sorry. Zoom in a bit so it's a bit easier to manage. And stops concentration on her spell. And there she is, sitting on her lily pad. Her action is to just say some magic words, and she starts to float off up into the sky. Mavis, you get, unless if you've got a weapon in hand, you can get a free attack.
I mean, I have my crossbow, but that will be disadvantage, right?
I don't think your crossbow's... Yeah, so your crossbow's probably not in hand, is it? Or you shot at it, didn't you?
Yeah. I used it with my psychic blades.
Right. Okay. Yep, so you probably don't have... That's got the loading property as well, so I don't think you'll be able to...
Just hit her with it.
Pop a shot up.
Just smack her with it.
I mean, if I can cake or something, I would do that. He would be happy just to scratch her eyes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You curse her and flail away as this tendril lily-pad goes sailing off into the distance, up into the night sky. Ronan.
How far?
About 20 feet.
Okay.
Easily within range of your crossbow when it's your shot. Yeah, definitely.
I can live with that.
Yeah. Now, Ronan, you've seen hugely muscled rabbit folk come and try and heave these bars, but he's got heaps of dings and scrapes and woundses. They sound like Gollum. Yeah.
His wounds is precious.
He's got woundses. And deflated, just sort of his shoulders slump, and he sort of hops off into the distance, And then this 3-foot tall little scarecrow with a pumpkin for a head, smiling down at you with these bizarre wooden dentures. And he's got 2 eyes, one glass and one wooden. They're both a little bit different. And it looks like someone has carved slashes into the pumpkin and just stuffed them in there. But he blinks and he goes, "Hey, little buddy." And he goes, "Give me a hand here," and starts to heave on the door.
8. So that'll be an athletics.
Yes, and it's your turn, so you can, and he's been sort of waiting to give you a hoik, so yes, athletics with advantage, so you can roll twice.
All right.
I've got a 13, okay. So with an 18, the door cracks open, and you're free. What do you want to do? You've got some movement left. Your action is to bust open the door.
Yep. I'm just checking on seeing if I've got any bonus actions that could be useful to. Unfortunately, all of my healing stuff is an action.
Okay.
So
if you want to move, it'll cost
instead. Yeah, how much movement do I have? Was that half movement to get out?
No, it'll just take you 10 feet to get out.
Okay. And then, let's see here.
You can test now whether you can move your token around.
All right. Okay, so let me just check here. I can get to here. And then Scapitha went up these stairs, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yep. Equipment?
No.
You've got no equipment.
Okay.
She does not have equipment. Is that going to stop her? Perhaps not.
Okay. You do have your armor on. You just don't have any equipment.
Okay. I'll unequip her shield quick.
Okay, you're not too sure where it is, but there's lots of cupboards and things around the place.
All right. In that case, I'm going to save my bonus action and move over towards the rabbit person.
Okay.
Who seems very badly hurt.
Yes.
All right, just give me 1 second. I'll have the writers ready in a moment. And that'll be my action.
Okay. A dwarf comes stomping in through the. I'll get rid of this. Stomping in through. He's got 2 horns. He's wielding a sword and has a shield in hand. And he sees you, and he points with his sword to the cupboards and says, "That's where I got my stuff from." And you hear the voice, and you might have even exchanged words from your 2 prison cells. The quiet times.
Remember you. All right, I'll. It's not my turn yet, but I'll go looking for it again.
Yep, but now you know where your gear is. He's indicated where he got his stuff from. Now,
thanks.
We're back to you, Slapney.
Okay, so Slapney can't see any enemies anywhere.
No.
He'll just nod to this new person and say, "Slapney dash hill, follow me. We're going to go save our friends." And he'll run off.
Okay.
How far can he get? He'll why is this not working? Run off down to this way. So. And I think he's got another 5 feet. So to there.
Okay, so you dash off to the doorway.
Can't see anything, so he'll just wait there and take the dodge action.
Okay.
And wave to this newcomer to say, "Come this way."
Okay. Now, Ronan, could you, now that you're fully visible to everyone, I think it's worthwhile just explaining what you look like, how you carry yourself, that sort of thing.
All right. Well, Ronan is pretty short for a satyr. She's only 4 feet tall. But you wouldn't know it by her attitude. She is one of those people who carries themselves as though they are 8 feet tall. And she has a grin on her face and looks absolutely confident in the situation now that she's able to participate. She wears a kind of peach-colored scarf decorated with fireflies and sparks of light kind of embroidered into it. And other than that, lots of pinks in her clothing. And then she has a dark complexion and curly hair that is not managed at all. You're pretty sure you can spot some sticks and twigs, maybe some dried flowers poking out of it, and that's what she looks like.
Great. All right, thanks for that.
Yeah.
And do you have hooves or feet?
She has hooves.
Right, okay. All right. So, where are we? Just wanted to get a good feel for how you look to the others. So that's you, Slatney. Mavis, whereabouts are you? You're still outside there, looking up at Bavlorna. What do you want to do? You may be muted, are you? Yes, you are.
Oh goodness, I wasted all that good character acting for nothing.
Yeah, right.
Oh no!
I'm sure it was perfect.
Yeah. So anyway, second take is never as good, but here we go. He's gonna scream at Eleanor, like, no time to explain. Get her! Pointing at Bavlorna, and at the same time, I'm gonna try to cast the best spell in the game at the server, which is Sleep, centered right at her.
Okay.
Okay. Max level sleep, total up.
Yeah.
Yes!
My max level, which is second. Deploy. That's 5d8 plus what? Oh yeah, that's
Hi.
78.
78, maybe.
Yes, hello.
Gee.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll two separately.
50.
Is it max level plus 1?
So that's 35. Does she have less than 35 HP?
Okay, so she's sailing off into her lily pad, and you cast a sleep spell, and they sort of the motes of sleep dust sprinkle down upon her, and she sort of just flops, and she's on and falls onto her lily pad. But the lily pad, she's quite on the edge of it, and it sort of sags a little bit, and then she rolls, and then falls 20 feet to the ground.
Mavis.
And crunch,
Nice.
lands with a thump,
Oh,
taking 7 points of damage. Now I think that might wake her up.
Yeah, that makes
Yep,
her up.
and she wakes up with a jolt, but she's now prone. Her lily pad is 20 feet off the ground,
Yeah.
and
Because
baned and very badly damaged.
Because she was unconscious, does she take double damage?
No, it was not an attack. It was just falling
Yeah,
damage.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
But still with that, he's gonna look at her and say, I'm not done with you yet. And look up right into her ugly face.
All right.
When Eleanor
my
left,
turn.
we were still friends with Bavlorna. Suddenly walked in like, oh shit.
Celeste, back to the other camera angle in this battle. You're inside the building. What do you want to do? You're still in starry form. And are you muted? Always worth a question. No.
Oh, I was muted.
Ah. Okay.
I was muted on my mic. So I turn around and I heard Slapney come up behind me, kind of in rough shape. I turned around and was like, "Oh, you've looked better." And I take a step towards him, and I cast Cure Wounds. Healing for 8. And then because of my starry form, with that, a bunch of stars kind of come out of my hands as well and surround him. And he also gets another 11 hit points.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
And then I'm going to say, "Let's get her." And I'm going to take a couple steps this way.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you. And look at your sister warily, because she did all that damage to me.
Yeah. There's all these arrows poking out of you, Slapney.
There's just two nasty arrows in me. Yeah.
Yeah. Two arrows. Okay. Celeste, when you cast that spell, does that healing apply to others around you, or is it just to Slapney?
Just to one other target.
I see. Okay. So Eleanor, you're now. We'll switch attention back to you. You've landed on one of the little tree roots. Well, I say little. It's 4 foot across.
Quite large, yes.
Yeah. And you're standing there. What do you want to do?
How far away from me is she?
Well, probably about 20 feet, 25.
Okay. First I want to just use some of my movement to get within 15 feet of her.
Okay.
So, like, here, maybe? Or here? Where is 15 feet?
Yeah, that'll do.
Plot me down.
Yep, that's 15.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna use... Firstly, I'm going to cast Lightning Lure on her, which will strike a creature of my choice within 15 feet of me. She must succeed on a strength throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards me and take 1d8 lightning damage if she is within me. So I'm actually going to move a little bit further because she needs to end up within 5 feet of me.
Okay, just checking now. So there's no to hit roll. You just crack this whip made of lightning, crack onto her, and she has to do a strength saving throw.
Yeah, versus something.
-d4 from Bane.
And the target is 14. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Minus 1d4 from Bane.
Okay, so she got a 17. So I'm now going to roll a d4. You need a.
Oh, it has to be a 4.
No, it
Done.
doesn't. Okay. Does it do any damage in any case?
No, because it wouldn't. Hang on.
Oh, the save of.
No, because if she's within 5 feet of me, then she takes 1d8 damage.
Okay.
But she's not. That's fine. Okay. So I'll use the rest of my movement to. Where can I stand from where she is within a 10-foot radius of me and Mavis is not?
1 square back away would do it.
Okay.
Actually, no. Where you are there is 10. She's.
Where I'm at.
Yeah.
Within 10 feet and Mavis is not in a sphere, 10-foot sphere.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then I will use 2 sorcery points to do Quicken Spell. Let me just mark those off, because otherwise I will forget. And I will cast Shatter at 2nd level, so Eleanor will lash out with her lightning, and then sort of open her mouth and like a horrible sort of comes out. And hopefully that does something. Did it? Oh, she has to make another. Such a low Constitution save. Why is there only DC 14?
Now, I just have to check. Lightning Lure needs to be a cantrip, or this other one needs to be a cantrip?
It is. It's a cantrip.
Yeah, Lightning Lure is a cantrip.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Very good. All right. So that DC 14. Oh, this is thunder damage. Alrighty. Just checking. Constitution. Okay. Oh, an 18. Bev Lorna.
Minus D4.
Minus D4 to the
But
saving
it doesn't
throw.
matter.
Oh yeah, because 14 saves.
Yeah.
Why is my stuff only a 14 DC? That feels very low.
That's
Low level.
the
That's
DC
how
at
it
our
is.
level. That's fine.
It's about right for level 4. Okay, so you've cracked the whip. Didn't work.
She still takes half damage, I think.
Oh yeah, I've done.
Oh, she still takes half damage.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
so-
definitely. And you see her twitch again. Bones shatter from the ones that didn't from falling from the sky. And Eleanor, that's your turn. Ungo.
Okay, so that's her correct position, right? Right next to Mavis there.
Yeah.
Okay. She looks like she's still conscious.
She is. She's very cross
Aw.
indeed.
Okay. I'm going to. Ungo will run out from the building, straight at her. And he's going to use a bonus action to dash. He's going to drop his bow as he gets close to her, pull out his dagger, +1, and he's going to attack her.
Okay.
He's going to jump on her and try to stab her.
All right.
And so he's within 5 feet and she's prone, right?
Yeah, he's within 5 feet. She is prone.
So I believe I get advantage on this attack.
You do.
That's 17 to hit.
Oh yeah, 17. This is Bavlorna the Magnificent. But yes, you sink the dagger in and she cries out in pain.
7 magical piercing damage.
Okay. In fact, you stab the dagger in to her neck and she cries out in pain, croaks, and twitches, and her eyes cloud over and she gasps her last gasp.
So, it's kind of hoping
Nice
she'd
work,
go with,
Ungo.
like death saving throws.
Yeah.
If he just dies, I guess that's fine too.
Looks like it.
All right.
She's got a dagger sticking out of her neck.
Mhm.
What are you going to do? Anything else?
I'm gonna stand up and kick her.
Yep, dust off your hands.
Slapme's disappointed he wasn't there to see that, Ungo.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you can choose to do non-lethal, but you have to call
no,
it
that's
in
fine.
advance. Yeah.
Okay.
We're here for a reason.
The Selena, Celeste, dashes past you and races up the stairs, drawing an arrow as she goes. Clapperclaw. What do you want to do? Maybe just have him collect up. Yeah, he'd collect up all the gear and follow Ronan wherever she goes.
Sounds good.
Skabitha. She's going to do something. But you don't know what it is. Ronan.
All right. So did I hear correctly that Clapperclaw got all the stuff?
Yeah, and he's holding what is your normal weapon? Melee weapon.
Longsword and shield.
Okay, so he's got a shield in one sword and a long sword in the other. He's not lifting them up; they're pretty heavy, but he sort of dragged them over to you.
Thank you. She'll take them from him and equip her shield and get her longsword ready.
Okay.
And then let me just quick do that on my sheet.
Yep,
Yay, sorry.
that's all right.
All right. And then everybody who's in the next room, you just sort of hear a as like as the sound of like running hooves comes up behind you, and she's gonna use her full movement speed to get into the next room.
All right, we're going to have to get you a pair of coconuts that you can clap into the microphone as you.
Right?
Yeah.
Elkhorn.
And then she's going to dash up the stairs. So, like, let's see here. She can get to about here. And do I want to do that? Yeah, she's gonna Misty Step.
Okay.
Up the stairs.
Now you can only Misty Step to a place you can see, so
Okay.
it's only going to get you sort of 10 feet or so, but you can.
Oh,
you can,
okay. I thought the stairs were much taller, so I'll save the Misty Step.
They are taller, but because they curve around, you can get to the top of the stairs so that you'll get sight of the room.
Okay.
Above, if you want to Misty Step into it.
No, I'll wait.
Okay. All right.
That'll end my turn.
Okay. Elkhorn has sort of stomped through the room and seeing two warriors go to the north, he's decided to go to the south where he can still hear some commotion. And Ungo and Mavis and Eleanor, you see him appear, with his with his sword and shield in his hand, sort of looking around for something, and looks a little bit disgruntled that there's nothing around. Mavis, anything you want to do at this point?
Yeah, Mavis gonna pull out a dagger from behind his belt and poke around Pavlorna's pockets,
Okay.
looking for the source of the feeling that he has been feeling recently.
Yeah, okay. All right, so can you do a investigation for me?
Mm-hmm. Investigation. 14.
Okay, you haven't sort of searched her completely. There's a lot of pouches and pockets and places, secret things for components and eyes of newt and whatnot, but you haven't found anything so far that feels like it's your lost thing.
But it does feel like it's coming from her direction.
It does, yeah.
Okay, so I'll stay put, keep doing that. But important, I'm not trying to touch it yet, just poking around, trying to find it.
Sure, okay.
And I will say to the other two, I'll run into Eleanor, who's fresh into the thing. There's more fighting going on inside, if you want to help and get back to searching.
Okay. So then up to you, Celeste. You're still in your starry chalice form. You look like a constellation.
I think Slapney missed a turn there.
Did I miss you? Oh yeah, I did. You're after Elkhorn. I don't know how that happened. Slapney. I might have just accidentally clicked you when I was clicking Elkhorn down.
That's cool. Okay, so Slapney. So Selena ran up the stairs into a room or something, did she?
Yeah.
Okay, we can't see her now.
No, you can't. She's out of sight now. Spiraled up.
All right. I think Slapney's going to run over here. Can you hear anything at all?
You run
from upstairs?
Run to the base of the stairs. Well, it's nothing obvious. You run to the base of the stairs. You can see Ronan, ahead of you.
Yep. He'll use his bonus action, which is a hop 10 feet, jump over Ronan's head.
Okay.
Can he see upstairs yet? Once he's there, or is still?
You can see it. You can see now that it opens out into another circular room similar to the one.
And can't see, but can't see what's in there yet at this stage.
Not quite. No.
Okay. He will just get out his swords and take the ready action, if anything. No, he'll just take the dodge action.
Okay.
And stand back out of the way, so this crazy little satyr can run past and get into the room.
Okay. All right. Celeste, how about you?
I am going to, seeing Selena run up into that room, I'm also going to run up into that room.
Okay. I'll move you, if you like, and put you into that room. And you should see that now.
Yeah.
Same with you, Slutney and Selena. And it's a dash to go racing past. Eleanor, what do you want to do?
Given that Mavis has just told her there's fighting still going on, and then a dwarf has just appeared with a weapon in the doorway, she's gonna shout, "Oh crap! Watch out! There's a small man in the doorway!" And she's gonna run up with her movement, and she's going to again use lightning lure to try and whip him in the direction of the boys, so that they may.
Wait.
You see, you see Ungo look a bit confused when you say there's a small man in the doorway. He sort of thinks, you know, like when someone waves to you and you think they're waving to you, and then he sees that you're not looking at him, you're looking at someone over his shoulder. Ungo, or Mavis, you can always yell out a short phrase or something if you want.
I will turn and wave at Elkhorn as she says that. Ah.
Mavis is too busy.
Okay. Eleanor, what's your passive insight?
11.
11.
Not very high.
No. What?
She's not wise.
Ungo,
She's really unwise. It's a dump stat.
Ungo, what's your passive persuasion?
Oh no.
Probably 10.
10.
I think it's
Okay.
10.
So you say, "Oh no, wait, he's my friend," and she's sort of oblivious to that. Okay, lightning lure. What happens?
Oh, that's Elkhorn.
No.
It's just DC. It's a DC 14 strength save, and he's a
He'll be
dwarf,
fine.
so I feel like that'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh
no.
Okay, he fails it.
Okay. So. Oh no! It's max damage.
All right. So
he's pulled 10 feet towards me, but I was gonna whip him, I guess, in the direction of the boys, because I think that he's a threat, and I want them to be able to hit him. And he takes 8 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
So he's basically he's just touched a electric cow fence or something.
So lightning, a flash of lightning, you lash him, strikes at him, pull him in a straight line, and then take 1d8 lightning damage. The spell's damage increases by d8. Blah blah blah. When you get to 5th level. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but he's not. It doesn't hurl him beyond that. He's just pulled in towards you. Okay. Ungo.
So Ungo sees this. His jaw drops. He's putting away his dagger, which he just cleaned on the grass.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, Eleanor, that's Elkhorn. Stop!
What?
Stop, friend!
Sorry. And she sticks her hand out. Nice to meet you.
Okay. He's twitching and his teeth are gritting away as he finishes this lightning charge.
I'm gonna grab my bow back up off the ground and run inside past Elkhorn. Kind of shrug, give him a little shrug, like as I go past him. And then
Lovely to
that's
meet
my
you.
30 feet, and then I'll dash and head inside as far as I can get, which is maybe there. See if I can help in another turn or two.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go to Ronan.
All right, Ronan is going to use... Oh, okay, hold on 1 second here. Why did that happen? Okay. Sorry, my page just randomly reloaded. You hear, like, the... as she runs up the stairs the rest of the way.
Okay.
So... I'm not sure...
Right, I can move you. So you dash up the stairs. It's only about 15 feet to get to the top, where you come past Slapney, and you can squeeze through and come out into a room. Now there's 4 of you up in this room. I'll just describe it. Almost everything about this room is orderly. There's a perfectly made bed with a patchwork quilt. There's ornamental pigs on collectibles on a shelf arranged in a neat row on the dresser. And such tidiness in here is at odds, however, with a decaying dollhouse which is sitting on the bedside table. This 3-foot high dollhouse, it's an edifice, multi-storey, like a mansion of a dollhouse, must have seen better days. It's grimy, besmirched, peeling paint, mould. There's even a bit of moss growing on the top, rotted wood. And behind the dollhouse there's moths fluttering inside a large bell jar. And facing one another along the outer wall are a pair of doors, and next to the doors closest is a staircase. And to the staircase is a rocking cradle with a neatly folded blanket in it.
So we're still in initiative,
are.
but we can't see Skabatha anywhere.
See Skabatha anywhere. That's right.
All right. I'm going to use my movement speed to, I guess, go to the nearest hallway to me to check it out, or the rest of my movement speed. So that is
15 feet.
20 left.
15 feet gets you to a doorway, through the door, and onto a little balcony, which might have been the start of a branch bough, but it's been sheared off, and you can look out to the north over the domain of Thither.
All right. I guess that is. I don't see anyone here.
No.
All right. Well, it's all clear out here, so and I guess since I'm not really seeing anything, I'm going to use my action to cast. Oh no, because we don't see the enemy, so that wouldn't make sense. I guess I'm going to end my turn because I'm not really. Or actually, can I use an Arcana check to kind of peer at the dollhouse?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Not that I'm going to be very good at an Arcana check because I have negative intelligence, but I'm going to try to do something useful.
It doesn't look magical. It looks, everything's in miniature and it looks well made. It might have been a magnificent toy at one stage, but way past its use by date.
Well, that's creepy.
That's
creepy.
The roof is hinged, like the lid of a toy box. And the doors, and it's got doors and shutters and things. You can't see inside.
All right. And that'll end my turn.
Okay. And with that, I think we're going to drop out of initiative, but I'll still just use the initiative tracker for, what people want to do, just to make sure that I get to everyone.
Sure.
But I've got Slapney. What do you want to do?
Okay, so Slapney will move up into the room with his movement. And these are windows here, right?
Yeah.
Can he see anything out the windows just from where he is?
Yeah. Twilight coming through.
Okay. And there's two cupboards or something here, right?
There's a doll's house, and there's a cupboard with some porcelain pigs.
And what was that behind the doll's house? It was
It's a jar of moths.
Moths. Okay. They're live moths. They're flying around or whatever, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I think Slapney's just going to use the dash action and go over to here. Stand there with his swords out, flanking the door.
Okay.
And listen.
Okay. Can you do a perception check for me?
13.
Okay. You think you can hear a bit of a rattle from the cabinet immediately to the west. It's a tall dresser type, wardrobe type thing.
Okay. Alright. He'll just mention it. He's like, this, not too loud, just say this thing's rattling over here and point to it with his sword.
Yeah, okay. Mavis? Oh, yeah.
That'll be it for him. Yep, that's him.
Okay, Mavis is gonna continue searching.
When you
with his dagger. Sorry, go ahead.
When you lift up her cloak and her sort of shawl to have a look in these pockets, you feel. Let's see. You feel almost like a jolt of electricity, as if you've found whatever it is that you've lost, and in a rush, the stars just get brighter around you. You see the colours of all of the different clothing that people are wearing, and they're just like that little bit less muted. And your lost thing returns to you.
Okay, a bit sooner than I expected, but here we go. I guess he's just gonna deflate.
Okay. And for all of the people, Eleanor, Elkhorn, you see Mavis. And Mavis, do you want to play something through your microphone to us?
In the middle of the fight, or whatever's happening, maybe no.
Okay.
But for now, he will just, like, all tension leaves his body. Let me put it that way. As he was surging, I guess he was getting more and more frantic.
Okay. Yep.
Whatever the word is. With, like, cutting the pockets open with his dagger until he finds it, and then in that moment just stops.
Okay.
All tension leaves. He drops into the grass, looks up into the sky, and just that's it. He doesn't move for a good while.
It's just like a starfish on the ground, looking up at the sky, enjoying it.
Yeah.
And what was interesting was when you went to cut the pockets, you couldn't cut them. And that's what sort of woke you up to this robe or cloak or clothing that she's got is somehow magically enchanted to be tougher. Celeste.
I'm going to look at Selena and say, "Where'd she go? Where is she?"
She wasn't up here when I raced up. It's impossible. Both doors were closed, and these windows are just sort of quite small. So I've got no idea.
Okay, and then second. And then Celeste, with Slapney pointing out the cabinet kind of shaking, is going to take a step this way and then quickly look under the bed to make sure she's not under there.
Okay. Looking under the bed.
I'm guessing she doesn't find her.
No, there are, but you do see a pair of embroidered velvet slippers. They're quite well made, quite magnificent as slippers go.
Okay, she's going to ignore those for now and go over towards the cabinet and kind of like put her ear up to it and see what she hears.
Okay. Okay, can you roll a perception check for me?
Yeah. $19.
Ooh. You can hear some sort of a little bit higher pitch than that.
She's going to swing the cabinet doors open.
Okay. You swing the cabin doors open. And there's this sort of blue-skinned girl there holding a lollipop, and she's got a pig mask on.
Oh.
Is this the one that we saw back at the carnival?
Can you see the handout?
No.
I'll try again. Ah, I see what it is. Okay, all players. Okay, try now.
Ah, yes.
So there's this creepy-looking girl with a pig mask, and she's got a manacle, and it's chained around her wrist. And she looks at you, Celeste. And she says, She says, "What's red and bad for your teeth?" Do you want to answer or say anything, or are you just pausing?
I'm gonna think for a second and then say, "Who are you? Why am I gonna answer your questions?"
What's red and bad for your teeth?
Candy apple.
A brick.
Why are you asking questions?
Brick.
That laugh is in character. You hear, you hear like,
So I gotta say, candy apple is quite a good guess.
she's a clever one.
Celeste is not amused at all, and she looks at her again and is like, "Who are you?"
She says, "I am Sow Pig." And then she says, "Who are you?" And then she looks at you. Yeah.
And she's gonna say, "It doesn't matter who I am. What are you doing here?"
She says, "You're made of stars."
Celeste is gonna look down at herself and remember that she's still stars, because there's been a lot going on.
She says,
And then
"Your sister, she was dead in your mind, but she's over there now."
she is. You guys took her from me.
Well, Granny watched you through her eyes.
Where's Granny now?
She's in there, and she points to the doll's house.
Okay, I'm gonna look at everybody else like, does that make any sense to you?
She says, "I've been with Granny for a long time."
How does Granny fit in the doll's house?
If you guys want to, do you guys want to move yourself up towards this, or just for the rest of the party, or
No.
Ronan's gonna move up if that's allowed.
Yeah, that's fine. All of you that are in the room, I just circling back to the others. I think that's Eleanor and Mavis. What would be, and Ungo for that matter.
Yeah.
What would be your intentions? Ungo, Clubs of Claws at the base of the stairs to sort of as an usher.
Go ahead, Eleanor.
I was to say, I just sort of attacked this dude. So now I'm kind of like backing away, like, awfully sorry about that. Lovely to meet you. We must catch up sometime. And she's going to sort of wander over to Mavis and see he's just laying there on the ground. She's like, "Oh no, Mavis is dead. What happened?" And go and shake him a little on the arm and kneel next to him. "Mavis, are you alive?"
Oh yeah, very much alive.
And then she's gonna...
With the stupidest grin a person can have.
And then she's gonna get a bit of a disgusted look on her face of maybe perhaps misunderstanding and gently remove her hands from his arm and go, I guess if that's what you're into, I can't judge. And then gonna take a few confused steps back and look around to see if anyone else is there.
Yeah, he's not even listening to. He's just rushing his hands on the grass and then smells them, and then just stands up. And if you've seen the movie Nightmare Before Christmas, that scene where Jack Skellington discovers the Christmas town, like what's this running around? Yeah, that's Mavis right now.
Oh no, I think he got brain damage. Did I accidentally hit you with my lightning spell? Are you okay?
I've never been better.
Guys, I think something's up with Mavis. He seems happy.
He's not right in the head.
I think that might be a smile. I'm not sure.
And what's his name? Elkhorn comes sort of stomping over, forgetting about your lightning lure, Eleanor. And he's sort of looking. He says, and he turns to you and says, "He's not right in the head."
That's not very nice to say about somebody. You have to be more sensitive with people like that.
What about you, Ungo? What's over this little while? What do you want to be doing?
I'm going to come outside here because he doesn't have any idea where Scabbath went.
Yep.
And it occurs to him that she might try to escape, and her horse is out here.
Okay.
He's going to come out to this horse and see Mavis is up and like, Mavis, you're looking better. Because he knew Mavis when they were kids. So he knows, like, that's better. And he's going to come walk over to this horse and he's kind of going to motion at Eleanor and Mavis. Just not even noticing that Eleanor and Elkhorn seem so concerned.
Okay.
Help me with this horse. How does this work? And he's going to investigate it and see if he can like turn it on or something.
Can you roll an investigation for me?
Yeah. Nine.
Okay. It looks well made, but still, a wooden rocking horse. But as you sort of move it around and have a bit of a investigation on it, some of its limbs move and it blinks.
Well, that's strange.
And its eye sort of looks at you.
Uh-huh. Are you Scabbath's horse?
Its nostrils flare.
Uh-huh. Well, he was gonna try to smash it, but if it's alive, he's got to stop and think for a minute.
And it looks like it is animated or alive or something along those lines. And with that, I'll just move back to the other, shift the focus back to the other group. And Celeste, Selena and Slapney and Ronan are all faced there.
Ronan is going to lean forward towards the kid and says, "That was a good joke. I've got one for you too. What has hands but doesn't clap?"
Ooh. She seems very excited, although she's trying to look bored. And she says, What?
A clock!
Oh. She says to you, a nihilist walks into a bar. There is no point to this joke. Your life is a lie and nothing is real.
You know, I subscribe to the more absurdist school of thought, but I can understand why you'd feel more nihilistic given you're shackled in the wardrobe.
Ooh! And she looks down and says, can you break this off?
Well, that depends. I need to know that I need to have your promise that you're not going to harm me or my friends.
She sort of looks at you across and she sort of smiles, and her smile looks like they're all quite sharp teeth. And she says, I won't hurt you.
Right. And you won't help your granny hurt us?
And she looks at you and she's got really grubby, rotten fingernails. And she says, despite my ghoulish reputation, I really have the heart of a small boy. Here, see?
Really?
And she lifts up a little jar.
That wasn't a
Celeste is
yes
gonna
or a
look.
no. That wasn't. And Ronan is going to say, no, that wasn't a yes or a no. I still need your promise.
I promise.
All right. Can you answer a couple questions while I'm getting you free?
She says, sure. And she starts to sort of switch back from creepy ghoul into young girl.
All right. How long have you been here, Sal?
It was years ago that I went to live with Granny. Before I got all blue like this, she took me into the woods. I told her, it's getting really dark and I'm scared, and she said back to me, how do you think I feel? I have to walk back by myself.
I see.
And she did something, some kind of magic.
I see.
And now I've been the same age forever.
Do you want to get out of here, Sal?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we'll help you get out. All right? And she's going to try and fiddle with the lock, the shackle around her ankle.
Okay. It looks
Slapney will come and Slapney will give her a hand to do it.
Okay. All right. So Ronan, how about if you give me an athletics with advantage?
All right.
It doesn't look like it's a real prison shackle or anything like that. Oh.
While this is going on, Celeste is very weary and starts to kind of walk towards the dollhouse because she wants nothing to do with letting out this pig lady.
All right. She got an 11 with advantage. So not very good rolls.
No. But 11 is enough to break it. It's still attached to her, but you pulled it out of the rotten wood that it was in the cabinet. And Sowpig comes out, dragging the chain behind her.
And Ronan is going to help her, just very gently.
Okay.
Are you hurt? Are you hurt, little Sal?
No, I don't really get hurt.
Right.
I don't really feel anything.
No? Did Granny take something from you? That made you this way?
I don't know.
Is there anything we can do to help you, young one?
I don't really know. And she
genuinely
seems to be a little bit confused.
You're right, dear. You seem very confused right now.
Yeah, she sort of goes and sort of looks out the window, and says, "I've always been with Granny."
What would happen if Granny wasn't here?
I don't know. She says,
Alright.
She looks around at you, Slapney, and says, "Maybe I could follow you."
Of course.
Would you be a good kid if we let you follow us around? Or would you do what you're told?
A good kid. Yes.
Yeah. You know, use manners.
I can teach you a lot of good riddles while we travel.
I'm a good cook.
Really? I bet you
Are
are. You look clever.
Me too, says Slapney. What's your favourite recipe? What do you like cooking the best?
Meat.
Right. Very good.
Actually, not rabbit.
And she looks at you a bit. No. I started crying. I do like meat very much, but I started crying when when Granny was cutting up onions once, and Onions was such a good dog.
Oh, sweet. You've been through a lot, haven't you?
I have.
Mhm.
Can you explain to us how Granny fits in that there
She can be little.
Doll's house over there?
She can be little and she can be big.
I see. So do you know what the dollhouse has in there?
Her bed.
Do you know
Her
bed?
Her lamp.
Her lamp?
Her.
Are you looking in there? Is Celeste looking in there? Did you say?
Yeah, Celeste is over there now.
Be careful there, Celeste.
And I'm gonna look and say, how do I get in there? How do I make her come out?
She doesn't know. She looks at you just a little bit confused.
Is the dollhouse big enough that I can pick it up? Or like small enough?
It looks pretty solid. Pretty, you know, it's 3 feet tall, but you might be able to pick it up.
Like, can I give it a shake?
Yeah, you can rattle it around or move it, just much like a, you know, like a chest of drawers or something. It's about that sort of weight.
I'm gonna shake it and say, come back out here and fight us, you coward!
Okay. Leave me alone! You hear this little squeaky voice.
I'm gonna say, no, you took my sister! You have to pay!
And there's no sound back to you, Celeste.
And she's gonna kind of keep staring at it, trying to figure out where she is in there.
Yep.
Did you say it had like a hinged roof?
It does, yeah.
Okay, she's gonna open the roof and try to look in.
Okay. Hinge roof like a toy box. You go to pry it open there, and it doesn't open.
Hmm. And I'm gonna look back at Salpig and be like, how do I open this?
I don't know. Granny's the only one who goes in there.
How does she go in?
She makes herself little and opens the door. And she holds up her fingers as if, like, you know, 2 inches tall sort of thing.
I'm gonna try to open the door and peek in.
Okay, you go to pinch it, get the doorknob. It's just a miniaturized door, and it doesn't budge.
Celeste is visibly frustrated.
Well.
Yes.
What would
Can Slappy pick it up? Like, can he like?
Yeah.
Sorry,
it would be within your weight limit. You could pick it up, and much like picking up a chest of drawers again.
All right. Well, should we go talk to the others? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
If she's in there, couldn't we set it on fire?
Yeah. Celeste is going to say, I like your thinking.
Maybe we should take it down and see if the others have got any ideas about what to do with it.
I wouldn't want to leave Sal by herself, though.
Sal can come with her.
All right. Sal, you stay close to me here, okay? And she's just going to beckon the kiddo over to her.
Okay. Yep. So she'll go. She'll go over to you, no problem.
So, Snapper says, is there anything you need to take with you?
No. I don't have anything.
So what's through this door over here before we go?
Well, that goes to Granny's office.
Oh, Granny's office. Is there anything we should? Is there anything we should watch out for if we go in there?
Don't know.
All right. Well, you stay by Mr. Slapdash.
Okay.
And I'll take a quick peek inside. And Ronan is going to go and try and open that door.
Okay. The door's closed but not locked, so it opens easily enough. And you see an old empty birdhouses nailed to the walls in a cramped room. There's a dozen bird cages hanging from the ceiling. The cages are filled with tiny clockwork sparrows. There's two of the sparrows in here. As the bird's gears turn, you can hear this little sort of whining and a rhythmic clicking. There's paper as they turn their heads towards you as you come into the room. There's paper and quills heaped on a little writing desk, and there's a pair of open windows overlooking the forest beyond. And carved into the wall above one window is the word Hither, and the other window has the word Yon. And there's some papers, a sheaf of papers and a pen on the desk.
Can I investigate the clockwork birds?
Yes, they look alive for like a construct. They look like they'd be able to fly. They sort of stretch their wings and hop about every now and then. But other than that, every now and then they give this sort of creaky chirp, like a finch.
Can she take the cages down?
You can, yes.
All right, she's going to take the cages down, and then she's going to investigate the papers.
Okay.
And again, I probably shouldn't be doing this because I have a negative in investigation, but
Okay.
but that's never stopped her.
Yep. Try the investigation. Okay, you have a snoop around, and other than this, you just find a couple of letters, which you can read. They're in common.
All right. Anything interesting about them?
Looks like letters between the hags, and one of them says, I'll paste this in the chat first.
All right.
Sister, I don't have Eladon's horn. If I did, I would use it to free Bloodybeak and send it after the Jabberwock that lairs in the palace and hunts in your forest. No matter what Endelyn says, that burbling beast is of a dragon is a threat to our coven and our 3 realms. How Zybilna managed to befriend it, I'll never know. Maybe we should ask her. Haha. Much love, Lorna. There's a reply. The lovely Scab. The last time I saw the unicorn horn, it was in your possession. Pity you lost it, but fret not. I have gazed into the orrery of tragedies, and it has revealed to me that Eladon's horn will be found. If worst comes to worst, recall that Eladon's mate still dwells in your forest. You could kill Lamorna, take her horn, assuming, of course, you're not too busy making toys. Your darling sister, End.
She's going to take and stow the letters in her pocket.
Okay.
And then, are there any drawers here?
Yeah.
In the desk?
There are drawers.
I'm gonna rifle through all of them.
Okay. You find some papers, and they're tiny little papers that look like they could be written on and attached to these birds.
Oh, and so she's going to look at the birds and say, so you're messenger birds then.
And the birds you can see now have a little bronze breastplate with a name engraved on their breastplate. And amongst the sheaf of papers inside the drawer, there's another letter. Dear sister, there's no use asking Endelyn if she has the horn. She doesn't tell us anything. But if we don't find it soon, I fear what the Jabberwock will do after it gets tired of prowling the forest and turns its fiery gaze elsewhere. God's bodkins, that thing gives me the nightmares. Must I remind you that we need a unicorn's horn to free creatures from the cauldron's time-freezing magic. I'll paste this into the chat too. It's not enough to know their true names, you know. Of course, my greater concern is that someone finds the horn and uses it for exactly that purpose. What do you think Zybilna will do to us, we treacherous 3, if she's no longer bound by her cauldron's magic? Your beloved sister, Lorna.
Hey, everyone! I think I might have found something important. And she's going to turn to the others and kind of and read the letters aloud to them.
Okay.
In order. So, in conclusion, it seems as though they've frozen Zyblina in this time magic cauldron, and they're looking for the unicorn horn to make sure no one uses it to dispel the curse.
I think we already knew all of that from the.
We kind of knew some of that, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's good because that catches you up.
Confirmation. It also confirms the story.
Yeah.
But
we need to go find the others. We need to go get front.
Right. Your others. How many more there are you? And I don't think we've been introduced.
I'm Slapney.
Yeah, Slapney, I remember you. And then what are your lovely ladies' names?
And Celeste is going to look at her and say, "My name's Celeste. What's yours?"
Well, that I don't know. I seem to have lost my name, or rather, it was stolen from me.
Oh, we know all about stolen things.
I suppose you have. Couldn't help but overhear about your poor sister.
That's what I was going to say. She walks over to Selena and says, "This is my missing thing," and hugs her.
Well, I'm glad to see you reunited. I hope to be reunited with my names soon enough, but in the meantime, you can call me Nobody, or Noba for short.
Celeste is going to say, "Sounds good. We'll help you get that back."
Thank you. I appreciate it. In the meantime, let's meet the rest of your group.
Well,
you right,
so should we take this doll's house with us? What about these moths?
Yes, I think we should take the dollhouse.
Well, Celeste, do you know what sort of moths these are?
I don't know. Do I know what kind of moths they are?
They look pretty regular. The ones that you would see in the upper canopy of oak trees.
So I'm gonna relay that and be like, they look kind of normal. Maybe could I get a closer look and just open it?
Yeah, sure. It's just a bell jar, so you can lift it back up in there and.
Yes, please.
Yeah, do a nature check for me.
I'll get one in a bit.
Celeste.
Okay. 10.
Yep. So they're the colour of that mottled dark bark of oak, and they don't look anything other than a bunch of moths.
Okay, I'm just gonna set them free then.
Slap, you'll pick up this doll's house. Hold it at arm's length. So let's go find the others.
Okay. The rest of you traipsing, making your way down.
Yeah, Noba's following along.
Okay, I'm just going to move you all as we go. You hoover up Clapperclaw as you go past. When you said how many of you are there, it seems to be growing.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Should we use this as a break time?
It's a good idea. 10:48. So should we meet back at 10? So on the hour.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay. All right. See you back in 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Be like,
trying to get that horse started when they were in there doing all that stuff.
what the fuck? Who are all these people? She'll sort of do a half-handed wave. Did you get the painting? Because when she left, you guys were off to go steal a painting for the sister of Pavlona.
That's actually right inside the store.
Oh yeah, but we
Okay.
got this, and I'll hand out the doll's house and put it down on the ground. Slapney's all buff now, by the way, Eleanor. He's all muscly and massive and. not
What
skinny anymore.
happened?
Oh, I just
I've only been gone for a few days.
been working out.
That be the rock that shield.
Yeah.
I've just been working just a few
Been on
days,
the
a
roids.
few points in strength.
been on the pec
hitting the
deck.
roids.
Did Celeste give you something?
No, I just found these gloves, and they made me all big and strong.
Yeah, speaking of
Oh.
which, and I don't know what we settled, but I think Mavis requested for an item for Eleanor.
Yeah, so, like, before any of that, when these people come out, where's Scabbeth?
And
In
Skebbeth
here,
Still happening, right?
yeah, in this house,
They-
apparently.
They point to a doll's house about 3 foot tall.
That's what this little blue pig face girl told us. What's her name? Sow
Sowpig.
Pig.
And you guys all see Pavlona dead on the ground, too.
I'm getting
So you
audio
guys
through
took care of that one?
I'm getting audio through one mic. It might be yours, Mavis. I'm not sure.
Right?
Sounds
I
like
think
he's
it's mine.
outdoors.
Can you turn the fan down?
No, it's Ungo.
How about that? Is that better?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mic lit up sometimes for no reason. So,
Okay, the fan was on high.
Okay.
She's in
anyway,
here. She shrunk herself down, and she's in here somehow.
oh, that's not a problem at all. Mavis
Sorry,
all
can someone
chirpy.
fill me in?
Yes, just a second. One thing. Yeah, here's an item. Guy in a cave. Don't ask. Magical thing. The dollhouse. Can I have it, please?
Slabby's gonna go. Who's this guy? Is this Mavis?
I don't know. I thought he was with you.
Hey,
But
he is. Here you go. He'll hand you the.
Well, put it down. It's pretty heavy.
Put
It's like
it down, yeah.
Normally it would take 2 people to lift.
Oh, two people
slap
left.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
then in that case, could you help me along towards that river, that little stream over there?
You reckon you want to
drowner.
pop it in the river? You reckon?
Reading my mind. Let's go.
I can make a bonfire underneath it and set it on fire.
That's better. Put it
I
in the
mean-
water.
It's a
Right
fire,
away.
honestly.
I
At
can
least
do
if we-
create bonfire underneath it.
What if she casts like breathe underwater or some sort of
Yeah.
spell?
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't we try everything? No
Well, let's
harm.
try the
Fire
fire, because then we can stand around, and if she tries
But
to
I
get
really
out,
want
we
to
can-
drown
my
her
hands.
too. Just even a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see if I have anything for that.
You set a bonfire and put the house on it, and it sort of steams away a little bit, but it doesn't catch fire.
Stand nearby.
If she
ready
tries to come out,
if
though,
gets
she
out.
has to do a saving throw.
Yeah.
If she moves in the bonfire.
Does not catching on fire.
It's not catching on fire.
Is that magic fire or is that normal fire?
It's
It's-
a
Make that.
bonfire.
Magic fire, right? Because you can put it on top of water and stuff like that as
Oh,
well.
is this the bonfire cantrip, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yep. So magical fire. It's doing magical fire damage. You know, you're sure that it's as good as it gets as far as fire goes, or fire cantrip goes. But somehow the doll's house must be magically protected as well.
All right.
I can cast
That'd be-
Thunderwave on it.
Maybe you should
Just below
shatter
it.
it.
Yeah, I can shatter it.
Slapnoo just pick it up and shake it. Come out, witch!
All right. You ready your bow. You cast Shatter, and boom! Eventually, it's the bits of this thing start blasting off. And
If I want to do shatter, everyone should probably move out the way, or
Yeah.
potentially
Back
take
up.
3d8 from the
Yeah,
top.
I'll Slapnoo won't be
Oh, yeah.
shaking it if that's happening.
Probably. Nova's going to take Sal's hand and lead her out of the danger zone.
It's got quite a small radius, so at least 5 feet or something, I think.
I'll drag it onto
Celeste is going. Celeste is going to stay as close as she can, but staying out of shrapnel range, ready to pounce.
Same as Slapney. Yeah.
So,
It's opposite side
radius.
of Celeste.
There's your shatter there, Eleanor.
Yeah. Let me read it. I think I think I would have to do a person I can see, actually. Whereas Thunder Wave just targets anything within a cone.
Any spot. Shutter
Oh, a
any
spot.
spot that you can see.
Any spot. Okay, I thought it was... Yeah. Any spot that I can see, 5 thingy radius. Okay.
Don't even have to see it. Pick the center of the house.
Oh, nice. I'll just imagine her in my brain.
Okay, so Clapperclaw backs away a little bit. And I think it was Sowpig is sort of hanging over with Noba.
I think I'll also back up. I don't want to be
Surrounded.
blown up by my own spell. Wait, does it affect me at all?
Yeah, it does.
I don't think it... Oh, yeah.
Think of it as a fireball.
Yeah. Okay, but...
Okay.
pretty much a similar damage as well, right?
The whole thing just blasts apart and bits of wooden things go flying.
Slapney a bit on this side.
Well,
Okay.
that
Away.
seemed to do something.
Yep.
You scab at that?
The fire's still underneath it as well, right? So...
Oh yeah, and there's bits of coal and burning
That'd be
embers.
spectacular.
Yeah, you're like kids with playing with fire. There's bits of burning coal going all over the place and burning bits of twigs and things from the bonfire, catching the leaf litter covering the ground, and nothing that you can see. No, yeah, bits of dollhouse, I guess. But this is a huge blast of force.
Celeste is really frustrated and kind of like kicks through some of the rubble. Like, where is she?
Okay,
I can cast Mending and put it back together.
There's not much of a doll's house left now. In the debris, you do find a proper size eye made of gold and a hand mirror with a bejeweled handle.
Yeah.
Hey, we can give this to Clapperclaw. Golden eyeball.
Yeah.
Anyone clever here with magic?
He says, I like the one I've got. And he gives you this Popeye squint because you've got one big eye and one small one.
That's a lie. Could I take the mirror and just look in it?
Sure.
In a vain sort of, how does my new hat look? Because she's not seen herself in her new hat, you know?
You look fabulous.
Just adjust it.
It looks
sort out her hair underneath it.
It looks a little bit like the sorting hat. It's very old, worn leather, but very, clearly intact and good condition.
Then she'll cast Disguise Self to give herself some big, like wizardy robes and make herself look all Harry Pottery.
You look magnificent, and the rest of you see that there's this golden broom just hovering on the ground next to her.
I'm living my fantasy right now. Shit.
Excellent.
That wouldn't happen to be a magic mirror, would it?
If only I had some sort of magical way to detect magic. Unfortunately, I don't. So, I haven't a clue. Can I do an Arcana check on it?
Yeah, you can do an Arcana just to, investigate it in a magical properties.
Well, I am, known for being particularly intelligent.
Meanwhile, I can help but to notice that the Shattered Dollhouse did not produce a broken body of any witches that I would like to kill,
No, it didn't.
So, I would like... Where did you guys get the idea from? That she was in the dollhouse?
I heard her. I heard her talk from in there.
And that's what the little girl here told us as well.
You mean like this? And I'm gonna
Slap
cast...
you pick up the eyeball.
Sorry, maybe it's
I think
gonna
I have
cast...
the eyeball.
Cast what?
maybe... minor illusion to produce sound of him speaking from behind everyone.
Okay.
You mean like this?
And Eleanor casts prestidigitation to also make a small sound right behind him. I'm here. Try and freak him out a little bit.
I mean,
It could have been an illusion, for sure. But we didn't see any sign of her when we went upstairs.
Yeah.
Maybe I exploded her, and that's her eyeball.
Maybe
So
she
did
had the way
Celeste,
to.
did you?
Celeste,
did you have the eyeball?
Yeah.
Hang on, Celeste. What were you asking there, Slapney?
I just thought Celeste said she had the eyeball.
Yeah, a golden eyeball.
Yeah. What is it? Maybe that's got something to do with.
Yeah, does it seem like it was Skabatha's eyeball?
Skabatha only had one eye, you did notice. One good eye, an eye, an organic eye.
Maybe she used the mirror, the eye, to escape somehow.
What if we make the eye look in the mirror?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Get the eye to look in the mirror, and you don't find anything.
What if Clapperclaw wears the eye?
I'm going to say this
And
mirror
looks
is
in there.
cracked. Did you say you have mending?
It is cracked.
No, I was joking.
No.
I don't have mending, sorry.
The mirror's cracked.
What, mending? What's that?
I thought we could fix it.
No, but I can prestidigitation it to make it look clean.
Ask Sal. So I can't remember Sally, whatever her name is.
Yep.
Salpig, sorry. Have you seen these before?
They're Skabatha's things.
Do you know what they're for?
She looked at herself in the mirror, and she had lost an eye, and somewhere, and I guess that gold one was one that she was put in from time to time, but it wasn't quite right. I don't think it was uncomfortable. And I'm gonna call, and she says, "You can call me Piglet."
Piglet.
Yeah.
I was trying to say, hey, we might need a new name for you. Pretty girl like you shouldn't be called Sowpig.
Yes, Piglet's much better.
Piglet.
Yes.
And she's
Go ahead.
She says, and she points at Clapperclaw and says, "You've got her eye, the other one that she lost. Where did you get that from?"
A friend of ours gave it to him.
Not that it matters now, I guess. You just blew her up.
Do you think she's gone? Do you now?
I don't know. I think she's wily.
Can I do an insight check on Sal?
Okay.
And specifically, I want to see if I kind of have a suspicion, and I'm wondering if the hag has made herself look like this child.
Oh, right, okay. Yep. So, identity.
Yeah.
Whoa! Natural one.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Nothing. She's so creepy and emo that that's all you really see.
Gotcha.
Could I hold the mirror up to Clapperclaw and see if he sees anything in it with this hag's eye that he has in his head?
Okay, yeah, he looks in it and he looks up at you and says, "I'm so handsome now."
Slapney's going to get out some spores.
Okay.
And take them.
Okay. All right. So this is the true sight. So you start to see everything as it is.
Yeah.
You see that Clapperclaw is a living construct. I think Celeste, you're still probably suffused with Fey magic from the stars. You're still in starry form. The green box, Jack-o'-lantern box to the south there, is is a portal, and the rocking horse is alive and looks like a unicorn. It looks like you can see a unicorn just standing there watching you.
And what about Piglet?
Yeah, Sour Pig doesn't look like she's alive. She looks undead.
Okay. Slapney's just going to say, guys,
Yeah.
Maybe
can we have a huddle? Can we have a huddle, man?
Okay.
Look for magic and illusions.
You don't see any illusions. You don't see any magic. Although Skabatha's clothes are magical. And
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, go.
And looks more like a suit of leather.
So Slapney will say, I know you guys aren't going to believe me, but that rocking horse there, that's a unicorn. And that music box is a portal.
Mm-hmm.
And those clothes that dead witch is wearing, that's leather. His eyes are wide open and his pupils are huge.
Yeah. Earlier when I was searching her body, that seemed like it was magical. Regarding the horse, I think you might have miscounted the number of horns it has.
Well, Eladon has no horn. Eladon's horn got cut off.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm driving at.
Yeah, that's it. So if we find that horn that they're looking for and put it on this rocking horse, wow! I wonder what would happen.
Yeah, does the unicorn have a horn?
No, it doesn't. But it's got a stump like where it once was.
Did I hear anything about the rocking horse from the kids when I was in jail?
You would know that Skabatha used to ride it around. It's her mount.
And they referred to it as a unicorn?
No,
Or-
they referred it to
okay.
her as her rocking horse.
Oh.
Okay, well, if that could possibly be Eladon, then we could bring him to the other unicorn, and she might be able to do something about it.
We're going to find his horn, I think.
The other
That's what
unicorn.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's looking for. Yeah, you know, in that story they mentioned they could always kill the other unicorn, Lahorna.
Yes.
We met her. We've met her, and she was lovely.
Oh, that's
and,
convenient.
Yeah. And she and her husband has gone missing, and they took his horn. That's Eladon, who's mentioned in those letters that you found.
So
Maybe we should take Eladon with us.
Eladon.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we should.
First,
We need to return him to his wife.
maybe we should go back in there and look around if she's hiding in there. Skabatha.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Skabatha is dead.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Les, do you think didn't you say you saw something as well like this? Celeste?
Endel and whoever.
Yeah, a lot is happening right now, and my brain is a bit tickly from a thing that just happened. Also, one, who's the willy goat? Who's the lady that looks like Celeste? Who's the pig? And the dwarf, I think I kind of recognize, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I also have some questions. Can someone
Hang
maybe,
Hang on.
fill me in here?
So what's just Mavis, back to you for a second.
Uh-huh.
So what are you looking confused, as if you're lost, like not recognizing any of these people?
Yeah, I mean the pig face kind of strikes a bell, but the others not so much.
Slapney will say, she's like he'll say it loud, but in a loud whisper. She's dead, man.
Man.
Okay. More confusing information. Okay. Dead girl, willy goat. You next. What's your deal?
Celeste is gonna say that's my sister.
What? No.
Sister.
That's my twin sister. She, the hag took her from me.
Oh, you mean the one that looks like you?
Yes, that one.
Okay. Kind of that we didn't know you had a sister, but fine. Weird things
Me
are happening.
either.
She shot me.
That's
I didn't
even
know
weirder.
either.
That's even weirder.
I had dreams about her, but I didn't think she was real.
Huh.
So who's the one with all the charm here?
This
With
is
a what?
Mavis, I think.
Ah, right.
Yes.
Well, the goat's name is unknown right now. You can call me Nova.
Noba. Okay. Pleasure to meet you. Circumstances as they are. The dwarf. Hi. I want to
He-
say
he
Steve,
says-
but probably not.
Elkhorn.
Elkhorn,
Please.
yes.
We pulled him out of a hole in the ground, just like we helped the Satyr get out as well.
Okay, so
Those
you were
are-
prisoners here. Got it.
Aye.
Yeah. So now the question is, the pig face, right, works for the witches,
She's dead.
No,
and she's dead.
She was captured as a child.
Okay. So we see what I'm trying to convey here. She's working for the witches, and she would be lying to get out of getting killed for working for the witches.
Why do we just
Nova
let it
is
go?
very obviously putting herself between Mavis and and Piglet.
Oh, sweetie, you wouldn't stop me if you try, but nice gesture. Anyway, I'm not aggressive.
You want to
My
try?
hands are up here, his hands in the air. I'm just pointing
Hey.
out that she's clearly lying to protect her mistress, master, whatever is the word appropriate.
He is a little bit aggressive. She sort of
Oh, you
mumbles.
didn't, oh, you don't say.
Celeste is gonna walk over kind of in front of Mavis and be like, I know. I don't really trust her either, but let's just keep a close eye on her.
Slapney's just
Yeah.
going to point at Squirt and say, "Haven't we got some oil for this guy?"
You've already given it to him, I think. Oh, no,
Oh,
you
have we?
didn't. No, you haven't. Yeah, he's very excited. He says, I can smell it. I can smell it. Who's got it?
Yeah, I have some
The
boggle
boggle
oil to give
oil.
him.
Okay. And he sort of goes, like skulls it, and then does a bit of a belch, and then sort of, it's really strange to see something look like it's made of hard metal, just sort of stretching its back and twisting into different shapes, and then it comes back to its normal shape and says, "That's much better."
Who is that?
He looks up at you and
That's
says,
good.
"I'm Squirt."
That's Squirt.
Sure.
Pleasure to meet you, Squirt. Pleasure to meet you, Squirt.
Where's Phryne?
Squirt looks over and says, "She's still over there with the big bear thing."
Bear thing? Sorry, I'm a little lost. Where are we?
The owl bear.
And
Look at our entourage.
Yeah.
Look at us all.
And Squirt says, I could smell it from over in the clearing over there, over in the thicket, and so I sort of bounced on over."
Well, I think we should go up
No.
and have a look upstairs
I think
Yeah,
so
where
too.
we found
Sure,
that,
why
that
not?
doll's house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one more
would've
thing
been safe.
though. There is a contingent of metal soldiers right in the other room, right?
Of what?
No, the metal soldiers were all in pieces.
No, we've been up at Scabbath's room. We were up there a minute ago. That's where we found this doll's house.
Let's go back up there and look for magic and illusions and see if she's hiding somewhere.
Yes.
Yep, sounds good. Meanwhile, Mavis gonna pick up that magic leather cloak or whatever it was from
Okay, so
Scabbard.
as you, the illusion that it would look like a frock dissipates over time, and what you're facing, it looks like sort of Mad Max gear. It's
Ooh.
stiff leather jacket and pants with metal studs on it.
If nobody minds, that might be my kind of deal now.
Whack it on.
It's about as
Go for it.
charming as you are.
And
Oh,
you put it on,
Mhm.
And it fits perfectly. It looks like it's a piece of you.
Hey, we just when Mavis is, I was like, "Whoa, Mavis!" Turn around, like not look at him when he's putting his armor on.
Yeah.
Ellen is just going to watch.
Yeah, you've got a very smooth, round, shiny butt with your leather pants.
Yeah.
However, this is giving the benefit of studded leather armor +1.
Nice. I really needed that.
Yep.
Very
and
good.
Yeah.
You're looking down at this enchanted studded leather, and looking at it a bit scuffed up. And as you think, it'd be good if it was a bit, cleaner, and it just changes its appearance the way you want it to look.
There was a word for the item. I cannot remember.
And you don't worry about the word, but if you think about maybe having some lace cuffs appear on the end.
Nice.
Awesome.
And you find with a bit of practice, you can, using a bonus action, cause the armor to assume the appearance of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor.
Mm-hmm.
You decide what it looks like, including colour, style, accessories, but it just retains the same bulk and weight. So you could look like a knight in shining armour or a beggar on the street, but still get the benefit of the studded leather armour.
Amazing.
Any other?
Gonna sidle up to Mavis. What's this? And she's sort of still kind of just awkwardly holding whatever item it was he gave her
Yeah, so
earlier.
I'm a bit confused narratively because I think that might be actually the broom that you're riding.
It is, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
So before, after you left the game, we met someone who was giving away magical items, and Mavis was willing to forego his item to get an item for Eleanor as a
Aww.
gesture of goodwill.
She's just gonna give him a big hug. Big tight hug.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mavis. You're very kind.
Well, I know, but apparently everyone else needed to see a proof of that.
Oh, is that why you did it, is it?
Well, now you will never know. And he's gonna wink.
She'll sort of give him a little bit of a scowl, an unconvinced scowl.
Stapney's going to look at Maeve and say, "Have you lost weight or something? Something's changed about you."
Oh, I think quite a bit of a weight off my shoulders. Just what can I say?
Good.
The world is a beautiful place, and I just finally learned to appreciate that.
I think he hit his head.
Maybe he unhit his head.
So Selena's going to say, if there's a group over off to the corner here, I'm going to take these 3 kids back, and the other kids. Remember, there was some milling around that you'd said, "Hey, flee," and they didn't really flee; they just sort of milled about. She's going to do the Pied Piper act and escort them back to the will of the Feywild and the Treant.
Okay.
Basically, leaving you guys back to your own devices.
Oh, so are all those people like stolen children, like Claw and stuff like that?
Selena's just mistaken because they're little. Is putting them all in the same.
Yeah.
Same.
Make sure she doesn't take Ungo. No, Ungo's with us. He's with us. He's important.
Come on, little fella. Follow along. Keep up. Keep up.
I hate to be a party pooper, but isn't a creepy little doll and a carpet skulking about?
There is a creepy little doll and a walking carpet.
And yeah, as far as I remember, that creepy little doll was supervising a bunch of children forced to demeaning labor. Maybe we want to do something about that,
Well, yes. So we've got that. Yeah, you're right. That's important. Maybe we should do that before we go looking at Scabbith's room.
I have one more thing I'd like to do here, if that's all right.
In the clearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kind of want to look at the music box that he said was
Whoa.
a portal somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, the kids. We spoke to the kids about that, and they said the dragon comes out of it sometimes.
Drag
Yeah.
We
Don't
did-
worry,
we
the
did
dragon
kind
is
of-
dead.
Oh, what if there's no
Jabberwocky?
dragon? No, there
Is
was a
that-
dragon.
No, in the letters, they mentioned
Oh
the
yeah,
Jabberwocky.
we saw that too on the way here. It
Oh.
attacked our balloon on the way here.
Jabberwocky.
Yeah.
Mm,
Much bigger,
And we
much
managed to
bigger
escape.
than that little box would allow. The dragon, we are pretty sure, it was the fig that's dead in the kitchen.
yeah, it's interesting that they're scared of the Jabberwocky. Maybe we could use that to help us at some stage.
If we can lead it somewhere, perhaps.
Hmm. Anyway,
Or if it can be reasoned with.
well, I don't think it can be reasoned with. It was pretty nasty, but maybe it could be lured in some way. Okay, so
Mavis,
should we go look for the kids, or should we go
Eleanor.
and? Oh, sorry, go on.
So Mavis, Eleanor, Slapney, and who are you? And she looks at Ungo, and the others. Like,
We met Celeste upstairs. She introduced herself.
oh right, Celeste. Sorry, I'm looking at the tokens and it's like, wait a minute. She doesn't know who Ungo is then.
I'm
She
Ungo. I killed her. Points at Bavlorna, and I want to go kill Cat Scabatha. Let's go.
You and me both.
Ungo's about ready to lose his mind that we're still standing out here.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Well,
Clapperclaw comes back with Elkhorn and Selena, and they'll volunteer as a group. Clapperclaw says, "I'm not a kid," and he snaps his two claws. And the three of them as a group will scour through, just hunting for kids to release and bring back. If you guys want to tackle something else,
I want to suggest that somebody guards this horse.
Yeah.
I suppose I can do that.
Maybe Elkhorn might want to guard a horse. I don't know.
yeah, that's a good idea. Get Elkhorn to do it.
okay. Elkhorn will volunteer to guard the rocking horse. Okay.
That's important.
Your last.
It's very important.
Selena,
Mhm.
if she can heal people at all.
No,
Because your sister's hurt.
I do the opposite.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Celeste has a little bit of healing. What do you need?
Oh no, I thought you look like you need healing. You look like
I do.
You're a bit injured. Yeah.
Oh. You
And
need
she,
healing?
And so does Mavis. I mean, I'm a bit wounded too, but not as much as you and Mavis, by the look of it.
Wait, who needs healing right now?
me, Celeste.
Okay.
Yeah, and Mavis, I think.
Don't
Alright.
worry about me.
I have a little bit
Oh,
of
well.
healing too.
Nova's going to approach you both, and she'll give 10 points. She'll just kind of tap your shoulder, Celeste, and give you 10 points of healing. And then she'll go to Mavis, and she kind of gives a considering look for a moment before deciding against it and just tapping your shoulder and giving you 10 points of healing.
Nice.
So you both are healed for 10 points of healing, if that helps.
So
Nice, thanks.
You feel the radiant energy coming through the hand, and then coursing through your body, healing your wounds magically.
Pickles.
Well, so what are you, Nova? I mean, what do you do? What's your calling?
Well, I'm a gladiator,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
but I dabble in paladin jobs as well. Sorry,
Nice.
switching.
Who's your god?
I pay mine to most of them, but Helm and I have similar similar goals, and of course I've always got to pay mind to Milel, or Milel. The Lord of the Song is always welcome at one of my in the arena.
Well,
Don't
shall we
know.
go and have a look at this witch's bedroom? See what we can
Yeah,
find there.
I think there will be plenty of time to exchange our stories by the campfire, but have a witch on the loose.
And maybe Selena and Clapperclaw can go and round up any kids and let them escape while we're doing that.
Yeah.
If they're capable of doing that.
Shouldn't Will of the Wild be around here? Maybe he can take care of that.
Oh yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah. How's the distraction going?
Well, what happened is you beat up all the soldiers before calling for the distraction.
But there were also a bunch of goblins outside, so
Yeah.
we don't know
I don't know
whose side
where
they're
I
on.
am.
Oh, we lost someone in transition.
Oh, did we? I just
Yeah,
grabbed
I think-
grabbed everyone and fast travelled.
I have no idea where I am. No idea where I am.
That's okay. I can shift ping you to draw attention. There we go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There we go.
All right, I found everybody.
You found yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
Just need to find my name now.
Okay. So you find yourself back in Scabatha's private chambers.
Celeste, did you say you found something under the bed?
There's slippers. Does anybody need slippers? I have my own slippers. She clicks together the golden slippers that she has.
Hello?
Have a
What
look
do
at
they
them.
do?
Have
They
a
do
look.
this, and she walks up the wall.
Elena kind of looks down at her bare feet.
Very
And,
so.
well, I could probably do with some footwear.
They look good. Pair of embroidered velvet slippers. Very comfy.
Have a look at Eleanor.
Well, maybe they don't fit, and she'll kind of wander up and size them up against her feet.
They might be
Nova.
they might be a little big, but that would pass.
Hang on, my headset is being crazy. I missed all of that. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yep.
you.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed totally all of that. It's being really shitty.
Okay.
It does an automatic voice whenever it disconnects from Bluetooth, saying Rebecca's iPhone lost,
Right.
and then it just blocks out everything.
They're not a perfect. The slippers are not a perfect fit, but they're passable. And I just put in treasure terms the value of the false eye and the cracked mirror.
Okay, I was gonna put the slippers on.
Okay, put them on.
Considering she started the campaign as a hermit in a dirty dress, just
Yeah,
slowly.
You're transforming.
To a
okay,
pretty princess.
Yeah.
Witch lady.
Now, did you say when we came up here before there was a folded blanket on the bed or something like that?
In the cradle.
In the cradle, yeah. So there's a rocking
In the cradle. Oh, the cradle. Have a look at the cradle. See what's in
Go
there.
and investigate that. And it's painted with images of green dragons. And it even has a strange smell about it.
Is that where the dragon slept, we think, maybe?
So
Okay.
Okay, so what we got this main bedroom here. There's another little room that had some sparrows.
Yep.
What's this room up to the north? Is there something in there that we can look in
There's
there yet?
it's a bare balcony, and it looks out over the forest to the north.
Right, let me go out there.
We've already been out there and had a look.
Yeah, you've had a look. So I'll say.
Did we look at...
Let's say over the course of an hour.
we-
Let's just say over the course of an
There you go.
hour or so,
Sure.
you all scour through this room, searching. Rule it up into a quadrant, and spend an hour each, all just combing through this place. The moths have been released. You've found the letters. There's still all those sparrows and things, the clockwork ones. But nothing else turns up.
Celeste is going to be in this room and look at those two. Were they windows?
Yes.
And one of them said Hither and Yon. And she'd
Yes.
be like, Hither, isn't that where we were?
Yes.
Is that a
She'd be like,
portal?
Yon, I don't think we've been there.
Slapney will wander over here.
I want to try something. Can I put my hand through the windows? Or through the window going to Hither?
Yep. You can put your hand through the windows, through the Hither window, and it just feels like the open air outside.
A quick warning: I would not try to step through those things from our experience. Are usually one way.
She's gonna stick her head through.
Well,
Yep.
hey, before you do, Slapney will look at it with his true sight.
Okay. It looks just outside into the night air, but there is a bit of an enchantment over the window frame itself.
He'll tell everyone else that.
Yeah. By the way, during that hour, did anyone detect magic?
Oh, we've got true
Nobody
sight.
has it.
We've got true sight going.
Will that detect spells?
Magical effects going off, yeah.
Okay.
And there's no magical effects that Slapney's seeing, apart from these archways. The birds are clearly magical, enchanted creatures.
At some point during the hour, while all this stuff is going off, Eleanor just kind of wants to walk up to Ronan and bend down really close to her while kind of fiddling around with something in her pocket and just whisper, "I'm on to you."
Come on, Steve.
And then sort of walk away.
Wait, who?
Ronan, you. And then she's gonna, every now and then, just keep giving her, like, side glances. Like, she knows something.
Oh.
Pardon? On to me how?
Sorry.
She's, like, very loudly addressing you, like...
What? Sorry? Did you say something?
You said you're on to me, how?
It must have been the
what do you
wind.
mean? No, it was you. You bent over and
Oh,
whispered in
you
my
probably
ear.
misheard me.
I don't
saying...
let strangers do that, you know.
I was
Yeah,
saying
We're not close
Ungo's
enough for
mean.
that.
I said Ungo's mean. It was a joke.
Mm. If you want, you can. This might be kind of fun. Do you want to roll deception for that?
Yeah.
I think just rather than rolling, you can just play with it. But I'm keen to also move on to the next area or next activity as well.
Yeah,
Right.
a quick question: can I pick up one of the sparrows?
Yes, you can pick it up and it just sits on your hand. And
It's like a clockwork, right?
Yes, it's clockwork, and there's in little writing are 3 letters spelling Zui.
Zui on both of them.
No, this one's Zui. The other 2 are Glyph and Pim.
Glyph and Pim.
Yep.
Are they small enough that Mavis can take all 3 of them and put them in his pocket, or some side pocket of his backpack?
Yeah, I guess. Well, not in just a side pocket of your backpack. Yes, you could do that. They just fold their arms and sort of hunker down, looking a bit freaked out.
Oh, this is magnificent work. I'm just gonna keep them.
Okay.
So, if we can't find anything, and she probably escaped somehow, maybe through those portals, but
maybe we should throw something through there.
I suggest that we deal with that unicorn before we go in any potentially one-way portals to other.
What are you suggesting we do with the unicorn, Ungo?
Take him to. Well, let's take that horse to the other unicorn and see if maybe it's her mate, and maybe she can dispel magic on it or something.
If someone's got proficiency in Arcana, you can do a Arcana check on these windows and birds.
Yeah, I've got it.
Do it.
Yeah. Here it goes.
Natural one.
Yeah.
What's going
Okay.
on?
So that was for both of
Still
them
have
for one.
proficiency.
Can I help as the other arcanely magical
If-
person?
If you've got Arcana proficiency, you can have a roll.
No, I do not have proficiency. I have a +2.
No.
I have proficiency. Can I roll?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's have a look. Okay, you're not sure, but this resembles like a regular castle messenger bird type thing, you know, carrier pigeon. And you suspect that if you can figure out how to activate the bird, you tie a little note around its leg. There's even a little cage or a little case with a gate around their leg. You think maybe if you send it through one window, it'll go to one place, or send it through the other window, it'll go to the other. It's more like a post box.
Oh. Does it know how to find its addressee? I guess.
Well, it's only from Celeste. You can't figure out anything more than that. It just looks like there's sort of two arcane shoots that you could send these birds down to send a message.
but almost like not enough magic for a full-grown creature.
No, and from I think the true sight is revealing that this is not a portal, like a gateway or anything like that. So it's not you're not crossing this window and going to somewhere. It's just sort of setting these birds a destination.
Mm-hmm.
So you send the birds through the window and they send a message.
Yeah, fly off to wherever.
Okay.
Well, I vote we get the unicorn back to his mate.
Yeah, regarding the unicorn, wasn't there a letter? What some of you mentioned, I'm sure. Talking about.
Yeah. Nova found something, yeah.
You could kill Lamorna and take her horn. Assuming, of course, you are not too busy making toys.
So that, yeah, obviously they're looking for a unicorn horn, and they've lost Eladons, and one of their options is to find that, or their other option is to kill Lamorna and get her horn. So,
well, it does imply, reading from this letters, it implies there are two horns.
yeah, Lamorna's got one, and which is on her head.
Yeah,
and
so,
Eladon's got one which is
Missing.
lost.
No. Oh, Lamorna is the name of the unicorn. Okay, I thought it was the other witch.
Yeah.
Endelyn,
Lamorna was wrong with that, yeah.
Bavlorna.
Skibitha seems to be suspicious that Endelyn might have the other horn.
Oh yeah, who's Endelyn?
Endelyn's the
It's the sister you haven't met yet.
she's the mistress of Yon. At least right now.
That's it, Nova. I think that's where our next destination is. So maybe we do something with this unicorn on the way out. Take it somewhere safe.
Yeah. Well, I think Will and his motley crew will take care of it.
Do we know?
Okay.
If
Yeah,
we
so do we know where to find Endelyn? Have we got any intel on that?
Somewhere in Yon.
Oh,
In
the
Yon?
way things are going, we are bound to find it.
would I have
You know what we should?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Would I
if
have-
she's in Yon, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Did you say she's in Yon? How do you know that?
They've told us that they split up the Zabilna's territory into 3 sections, and they each have
Okay.
one. Third section is Yon.
What if we got one of the sparrows, send a message on there to that woman, sorry, her name, the lady that lives at Yon, send it through the portal and say, "Come here, I need help. Your sister,
Skabatha.
Gabatha." Yeah, sorry, Slapney's not
Oh.
very smart.
Wouldn't it be better to send it as Lorna, since
Yeah,
Skabatha escaped?
or Lorna. Yeah, could be.
From the look of things, I would say they all hate each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the impression I got too.
Just wondering if we can use that message through the portal to our advantage in any way.
Something to keep in our back pocket for sure. In the meantime, we should probably get the unicorn back to his wife.
How far a journey is that? That's a fair journey, isn't it?
It
took us
is,
a long time
yep.
to get here from it.
And meeting up back with your crew. This is not everyone that's here, but there's this huge tree, obviously, with its trunk.
What the hell is that?
15 foot across. And looking up, I think for some of you who haven't seen this yet, Eleanor and Noba, you see a huge tree, and it's got swings and cubbies and hideouts and things all up in its foliage. And there's probably about 10 youths hanging around up inside there. And their leader, Will of the Feywild, comes down to say, "Hey, you worked it out. I think we've got everyone." And there's loads of bedraggled kids in rags that are from the Loomlurch that have been rescued. Squirt's there as well as Clapperclaw. And I assume you fill them in, and they say, "Well, we don't have anywhere to go. We don't have anything to do. We could probably take Lamorna's husband back to her at Wayward Pool, if you like, or if you like,
that'd be great.
The Mr. Tree here could also walk over the mountains and take you to Yon if you want to be dropped off there first."
That would be good.
I think that'd be good, yeah. How far is that journey?
Oh, that's very close. We're right on the edge now between the two.
Okay. Let's do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. He said they throw ropes down and nets down, and you all get to sort of climb up the tree. The only difference there is Phryne's there riding Juniper, the owlbear, and Noba and Eleanor. This is quite a surprise. I think Celeste, your starry form winds up.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll go choose side. Move you back to your. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do it. Great. Oh no, I did it accidentally, and you all go up into the house, and they put the unicorn away in some corner somewhere. Remember, Squirt this is where you found Squirt in the first place, and you can chat as they walk to the north, and it seems as if and they say, well, Yon is quite a dangerous place, particularly for Little Oak here. There's a lot of lightning, and so you need to really stay in the lowlands. Lightning will strike the tall spires of rock and so on, but it's not very good for trees, and poor old Little Oak here won't last long in the land of Yon, but he's strong enough to go through the mist and over the mountains into the land of Yon. And so what Will suggests is maybe parting ways at this point. They'll drop you off at the border, and then take the unicorn back to the Wayward Pool. And the Wayward Pool.
Yep, sounds good.
Wayward Pool might be a good place for us all to hang out, and he's referring to us and all the other kids. And Squirt volunteers to go along, and so does Piglet. And to it might be a bit meta, but just to thin out the numbers a little bit. Phryne's going to stick around with them as well.
Yep.
Clapperclaw's happy to still hang around, but he looks quite keen to go with all the kids as well. But he looks to you for a bit of guidance there.
I think that's on Ango. You guys bonded.
Real useful guy. He's a hero. Let's keep him along with us.
Okay, so Ungo will tag along with you. Clapperclaw will tag along with you, Ungo. Elkhorn's keen to tag along as well, just because his party of heroes, the Valor's Call, is further on, maybe in Yon, or maybe in the palace in the middle of the three realms.
Okay.
And I assume Celeste isn't going to leave Selena behind after just finding her for the first time.
Yeah, so she can come along as well, but we'll try and figure out a way to limit leave the focus on you guys during combat or activities and things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do we get any sort of rest on the way at all?
Oh yeah, so let's go with you can get a long rest as you're doing that walk.
Also, what do we do with the pig face?
She went with the unicorn.
So we're leaving her with the kids.
Yeah. They could use an undead friend.
How about the dead undead friend?
I'll sort her out. The wild bunch will sort her out, whatever they call.
Only mostly dead, she says.
Huh. They used to steal a bunch of stuff from people for the witches.
Everybody does what the witches say.
Yeah, that's exactly my problem with your presence here. I mean, Will, I guess you're the boss here. Can you handle the undead
Maybe
one?
that's why we leave Phryne behind to keep an eye on Piglet.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
She says, if you build a fire for a fairy, you warm them for an hour. Who knows the rest? It's a riddle.
Oh. If you stab it dead, it won't harm anyone.
No!
You throw it in the fire and warm it for the rest of its life.
Ah! She claps and points at you.
Nova is going to crouch in front of her and say, "How do you fix a pumpkin?
How do you fix a pumpkin?" She doesn't know.
With a pumpkin patch.
Ah!
And she ruffles her head.
Okay, before I go, one more. What did the calf say to the shoe?
I don't know. What?
Is that you, Mummy?
Good. Be good.
It's the best one so far.
I don't get it.
The shoe is made of cow leather.
Oh no! Oh, I thought you meant calf as in like the part of your body, so I was a bit confused.
That was the wordplay part.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you go up through the mountains. You can't really see what's happening, but you can hear a rumbling ahead.
Keep down low.
You try and keep as low as you can, considering you're riding in a 100-foot tall tree.
Can Eleanor fly alongside the tree?
You can.
So she wants to get as much use out of her new broom as possible.
You get as much practice as you choose out of this, as you wish. In fact, you probably get tired and have to, if you're flying on the broom, you're sort of having to concentrate and steer and guide and things, and you're going at speed 50, and this thing, the tree goes about 40 or so, maybe a bit less, considering once you get into the mountains. But
doing some loops.
Yeah, so you're doing your figure eights and
learning some tricks.
Loop the loops and all that sort of stuff.
Ride it like a surfboard.
Exactly.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I guess Mavis also tried to find a spot somewhere on one of the thick branches where he can just enjoy the scenery, take out his lute and just play some tune, singing to himself. For copyright reason, I'm not gonna play anything, but I will give you guys the link afterwards. Anyone can listen.
Okay.
If they feel like it.
So Mavis's song, we'll call it, can be sonnet. Can be. You can listen to it in between sessions.
Yeah.
And I assume Celeste and Selena are just catching up the whole time, kind of
Yes.
sitting on a different branch, just chatting and laughing.
Yeah. You do, and it's although it's a little bit strange, she seems a little bit hesitant because while it all has come back, she's been the one who's been acting as the, muscle for Skabatha for all these years. So you can tell it might take a long time before she works through that.
Ungo would like to sit on a branch where he can talk to Little Oak and just learn about treants and the natural world in this area.
Okay. He, you do strike up. You can strike up a conversation, and he describes to you how magnificent it used to be. And as you're going through, there's lots of the larger trees have all been felled, and he says he can feel it. He can feel this place. He describes it as shrinking. This world is shrinking.
Question, how late are we playing tonight?
11.
Okay.
It's 10 past.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to give you move you to a map. Let's see. Actually, no, I'll do it as a handout. And you can see huge spires of this sort of blue-grey rock. And within one that's maybe, 500 yards or so away, looking up at the pinnacle, you can see a tall sort of copper spike coming out of the pinnacle of the mountain, and there's a large crescent moon. And for a time, while you're getting closer and closer, lightning strikes, comes from above, and then it hits this moon, and then shoots out into a sort of northern direction.
Wait, say that? What? Say that again?
The lightning hits the what looks like a lightning spike of some sort, a lightning rod, and then it arcs from there to the north.
Was that there when Noba was living in Prismere?
No, it wasn't.
Ask Celeste's sister if she knows what it is.
Selena's not sure. She's only been in Thither. She's never been to Yon. I think what I'll do is I'll move us to another map. When you get there, the one challenge is the visibility. You can't see very far because you're going because you're sort of in gullies and things. Are you trying to keep high or keep low?
Keep low.
Yep.
Well, I know that's what Slapney thinks. I'm not sure what everyone else
Yeah,
thinks.
definitely keep low.
Okay.
Well, are we still... I don't really understand what's going on. Are we still on the tree yet? Or did he drop us off?
You're on the treant, and he's now at the border of the two kingdoms and waving good and leaving you here and waving goodbye. And
Okay.
They say you're at the
You're asking
far
us where
south.
we're going to go after that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we don't have any idea where we're going, right?
Across the mountains is where we're heading, aren't we?
Mm.
I think didn't he take us across the mountains? So we're in Yon now?
You're now
not
in
all the
Yon.
way.
You're
Okay,
at
so
the border
we're
of
in
Yon.
Yon.
Yep.
Within Yon, we don't know where we're going, so I would start high so we could get a look around. I know there's some lightning, but it's a problem. We can always go down.
I think the issue with lightning is that once it already hit you, it's kind of too late to go down.
I mean, if
They
there's
tell us
no
to keep
lightning
low.
around, it said it was dangerous.
What can we see from where we are? I mean, when we come out of the mountains, what can we see from there? Just with
You can
where
see
we are.
tall spires rising above you.
Like
I bet that's the direction we want to head.
actual spires or
Those
Meaning
weren't
spires.
there. Those weren't there when before the hags came.
rock spires or buildings?
Okay.
I imagine
map.
they're where we might find our Endelin.
I mean, that just sounds
Whereabouts
like
are we on this map? Is it on the south or oh no?
Yeah, far to the south.
So we're near that castle, are we?
Yes. So if you spend some time just scouting up a little bit higher, and if you can see the what's it called? The bridge.
yeah.
Is
Remember
the bridge where? Yeah.
Yep. So the broken bridge that leads to the center of the realm, and this little oak has just put you that far ahead.
Okay.
And so you go up to the top of one of those towers. I'm just showing you on the map here. You should be able to see this okay. Can you see your spiral? I'll do the shift ping.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So you're up on this. So you're up on this ledge here. Is that? Let me know if that's not working.
Bottom right corner there.
Bottom right corner. Yep. And you start to make your way through the mist. Someone goes up a spire or something just to get a bit of a lay of the land, and you can see what looks like some sort of keep in the distance. You can see more of these stars and moons, and when lightning strikes, it hits and then bounces off, in a sort of shape towards the north.
Okay, so
That's probably the direction we want to head.
Yep.
Right?
Sorry, Ungo, what's that?
I was just saying, so is it Celeste with the spider climb boots?
Yes.
Maybe you climb up, Celeste? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
so
I'll
Celeste,
climb
you can very easily climb to the top of a spire, and it doesn't look like the tip of this rock has been hit by lightning. It looks like it's being attracted to the lightning rods are overwhelmingly drawing the lightning. And it's quite regular, every few minutes or so lightning strikes, and it's a brilliant flash, hits the moon to the northwest of you, and then bounces off through the stars and things, heading further north. In the distance you can see some sort of building or keep or something.
What happens
Should we
if I cast lightning at it and not at the lightning rod? Does it just go straight to the lightning rod, or?
If you cast lightning,
Yeah, well, just a lightning spell. I have a bunch of different ones.
oh yeah. So if you cast lightning, you can tell that it's being drawn in that direction. You know how when there's a lightning arc and there's little crackles off to the side?
Yeah.
Well, they all go in the direction. You can still cast a lightning spell and it goes straight. But you can tell it's being drawn towards the nearest of these rods.
Cool.
And so you're now you're on the borders of Yon. You can, getting a bit of altitude, you can get the lay of the land, but then you can tell that travelling is going to be going down into the gullies and wending your way through. And I think at that point...
I think we head for head.
Yeah, at that point, let's close out for tonight, because you can discuss through the week what you want to do, or through the next fortnight what you want to do. I think next fortnight, that might be the one where the Friday where I can't make it, which is going to make it tricky for everyone. So sorry about that. We'll see if we can work out, and even if we can't, maybe we can do an off week some other time when everyone can make it, just to catch things, speed things along a little bit.
Sure.
Yep.
Because we've had a couple of missed weeks, which means it's a month between sessions. So we'll find a time. We'll find a time to catch up. That a time that everyone can make it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One last thing is that over the course of the couple of days it takes to get to here, you all find that you've gone up to level 5.
Well, I was going to ask.
Cool.
I wasn't wrong.
Perfect.
I was just, my estimation of our level was just in wrong timing.
Yes, just a couple of hours out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's fun.
Yeah, thanks.
We're now firmly halfway through, I think, or just over.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
I'll sign out from here.
Yep.
All right, have a good weekend.
Yep.
Have a good weekend, everyone.